Welcome! It's day number 9 and we're feeling fine? I hope so. Okay, let's start on hands and knees today. We're going to do a little bit of rotation. I try to incorporate a fair amount of rotation because I find the rib cage gets so stiff, so it's important that we get that. So you can be on fists or palms, whatever serves you. We're going to inhale, rotate up. Try and turn your heart to the side that you're rotating to. Stretch up through that top arm. And then exhale, we're going to twist all the way through and down. And you're going to rest on your shoulder blade. Let the head relax. Inhale, come up. Breathe in. And as you curl, as you rotate under, try and connect to your core and think that the spine is a nice long kind of pole that you're pivoting around. One more. Inhale, rotate up. Open up through the rib cage. Exhale, rotate. And pause here for a second. Stretch the other arm up overhead if it feels good. You can bend the elbow if not. And breathe into the shoulder blade on the bottom arm. Beautiful. Let your head rest. Let the jaw soften. Nice. Let your sit bones get really wide. Wonderful. Let's do the other side. This is a real whole body exercise, right? We're going to breathe in, rotate through. We're strengthening our shoulder blade on the supporting arm. We're getting some nice mobility. We're connecting to the core and the obliques. We're getting some nice hip mobility. And when we start to send that breath all the way down into the hips, we're opening up the back of the pelvic floor and the glutes, which can often be quite tight after we've had a little one. Last one here. I think you got an extra one on this side. I'm not good at counting. I've been trying to be really good through this series, but it's tricky. Stretch that top arm up. Breathe into the shoulder blade on the bottom arm. Feel the bottom ribs get a really beautiful stretch with the inhale. And send the breath all the way up into your bum. Good, let your face melt. Good job. Nice. Okay. So we're going to try a mini plank today. Okay, a knee plank. We've already done a fair amount of planking here, and I don't think this is any less challenging than here. So you're going to be good. We're going to be on the fists if that feels better for your wrists. Okay, and we're going to walk our knees back a little bit. Okay, and you'll already feel okay. Core's being challenged here. Okay, so that's fine. So you might rest here. You can always come closer if that's better. Find your sweet spot where you feel challenged but not like you're out of control. And so in general, it's a good spot here because we can look down at our belly and we want to kind of connect to the core to try and flatten the belly out. Not for any aesthetic reasons, but because that's going to mean we've got our deepest core muscle, transverse abdominis, pulling the tissues nice and wide and getting that good pressure management in our belly. So breathing in. Press the ground away with those shoulder blades and exhale. We're stopping flow of pee. We're gathering up through those low core muscles, pulling our hip bones wide. Inhale, breathe in, relax. Send the breath into the low back. Exhale, stopping flow of pee, gathering up through the core. One more breath here. Good job, bring the knees in. Well done. Okay, if it feels like crap, don't worry. You can just skip this exercise. You can modify it to hands and knees and just practicing that connection, right? Or you can skip to a different video if you're like, this isn't for me today. Okay, we're not going to do any more of that. I just wanted to kind of bring it in. Let's do a little bit of more glute work. So we're going to come lie on our side again. We already started this a few videos ago where we're doing this one, and today we're going to add in what's called a clamshell. So hips are stacked, waist is lifted on the bottom side. You can place a support under there like a towel if you want, and you can use a pillow for your head if your arm doesn't like this position. Make sure those hips are stacked, and then hand on the bum, on the side of the bum where it's nice and fleshy. Actually, it's not that fleshy. It's probably a little bit bony, but a bit of flesh on top. And then we're going to lift your top knee. Good job, and back down. Well done. So as people lift out, I always am having to correct that they tip their whole pelvis back. So look down at your pelvis, keep the hand on the hip bone, and don't let your pelvis tip. And it'll feel much harder. So you'll know you're doing it well, because it'll feel really challenging. We're going to exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Good job. Last one. Really nice. Well done. Okay. Let's turn it around. Same on the other side. Get that bottom hip under you, top hip stacked. We're comfy. Ribs aren't popping forward. They're kind of in line with the rest of our body. And we're going to lift that top knee up. Remember, hand on the pelvis can just help give you some feedback. And we're aiming to feel this in kind of our glute med, which is really kind of the side of the buttock. So placing a hand kind of in that area and see, can I feel the muscle firm up as I lift? If you can, it's probably a good sign. We don't want to feel like all the work is in the front of the hip, in here. That's a muscle called TFL, and it often likes to take over for everything else. So this exercise might not serve everyone, right? If it doesn't, but you liked this one, you could do this one instead. Let's do 2 more on this side. Really good. Okay. Whew. Give it a pat if you need, and we're going to stretch it out. So come onto our back, and we're going to cross the right leg over the left knee, flex the foot, and you can hug it in if you want more of a stretch, or you can keep it down here, whichever feels good for you today. And you can rock your body a little bit over that left hip, and you'll feel a bit deeper of a stretch. About sending that right knee away from you. You can even use your hand to put a bit of extra pressure there. Breathe deeply. Good job. Nice. And we'll change sides. Left knee is going to cross over the right knee. You can stay down and tip over to the right, or you can hug the knee in. Keep the ankle flexed, so toes are pointing to the ceiling. Breathe into that left hip, wherever you feel the stretch. Often people ask me, am I doing the stretch right? And I say, well, as long as you're feeling a stretch somewhere, you're probably stretching something that's a bit tight, so that's okay. Okay, I want to do a little bit of hip internal rotation. So that figure 4 stretch is great for external rotation, but we're often tight in our hip outer rotators, so internal can be helpful. So we're gonna have our feet hip width apart, drop that one knee in, and then come back out, and then same on the other side. Drop the other knee in, okay? Yeah, just breathing steady here. Good job. Well done. Let's take the legs into kind of a froggy position. You can support on yoga blocks or pillows or whatever you have lying around, a couple towels. Or you can even just hold them. So that feels like a lot. Breathe down into the pelvic floor and belly. And you can kind of pull yourself forward a little bit if you need more. If our muscles feel really tense, that's kind of controlled by our central nervous system, so our brain and spinal cord. It's not necessarily that they are needing a lot of stretching, so sometimes the breath is what we really need, and just kind of focusing on letting go there. Sometimes our muscles are actually short too, but often I find it's more of a tension issue. Okay, 9:40. Look at us go. Let's lie down. Take a breather. If you want to kind of take a back stretch, you could do. Hugging those knees in. Or just get comfy, let your arms come out wide, or maybe bring your arms to your belly and your heart and just send yourself some love. You're doing it. Just breathing gently with yourself here. Really good. Next video, we're going to work a little bit on some spinal extension. So tune in. Have a good day.